Good morning and welcome back to the Daggerwin DLC server with Freddy. Join me this morning in a bit of a race. Jump in the JCB fast track here. As I'm going to utilise a bit of the front loader, something I don't like doing too often, but it's going to work out for what I'm after. The first thing I've got to do, get it rehooked up. I know this is a bale grab, but I'm not going to be using it as a bale grab. What I need to do, as we are packing onions, I want to clear these onions. Why is there a trail of onions over there? Never mind. No idea. What I want to do is shove these onions from here over into storage. Literally. Like so. Because for some reason the production was set up for, there's always one. Set up for distributing. Well, we're not actually distributing the onions anywhere. We want to store them ready for peak price and selling. I never actually looked when the peak price was, so we'll do that quickly. Prices, onions packaged. Onions packed, November, so we're not far off. So yeah, we're in a bit of a race against time this morning. Oh. Because there's a couple of jobs to do. And currently, I'm the only one on the server. So, yapes, Freddy's gonna be busy. I've got a field that needs weeding, and ideally I want to get it done before the weeds get too big and too much of a problem to deal with. Oh, I can't get all of... Ah, nearly. I'm just clearing this because otherwise, with them sat on distributing, we can't actually package anymore. But with too many pallets sat around, it gets a bit laggy. So this is why we have the bale on pallet storage, so we can just put them away and not worry about it. So to the rest of the guys that are watching my videos, that are playing on the DLC server, I know there's a couple of you, please clear onions. As you can see, that easy. Oh, shakalaka. Alright. Now, I need to find a tractor with some narrow tyres. What have we got stored about? Not a lot by the look of it. Looks like most of our tractors are out and about. Not sure where the combine is at the moment either. It's not here. I will find it. Be about somewhere. That's the big JCB. There's the combine header, and there is the combine. Happy days. So this field of sorghum has been harvested. The other field I need to get going is down here. Another field of sorghum. I kind of need to get that sorted. Sunflowers should be ready tomorrow or next in-game month, and we've got canola growing here with small weeds which needs weeding. Now we do have a weeder. And for those wondering, is it best spraying or weeding? It is best weeding. Always. Not just for precision farming, but always it is best weeding. That's the John Deere. I don't think that's quite high enough horsepower for what I'm after. That is our Lamborghini. Let's have a look at that one. Where is it? Is the Lamborghini on the list? Okay, I must have missed it. It must be on a different... It's not that. Let's have a look through the tractor section. That'll probably be easier. I think it's a medium. I could be mistaken. Of course, the other way is just getting the damn thing. Deutz 6230 TV. Right, so that is 230 horsepower, which is plenty because I only need 160 for the weeder. The question is, has it got, or can it have, narrow tyres? I don't really want to rip up the crop. Crop destruction is on, for those that are not aware. Pallets lying around. My pet hate. My pet hate. So what I'll do is pop across here, see if it is equipped with narrow tyres already. If it's not, is it an option? So let's have a look. So we shall customise. We are on narrow tyres. Excellent. It's Lamborghini edition. Excellent. We're on the top engine. Right. So that answers that question. We can get this thing hooked up to the weeder. And we're going to set it off on a worker because I want to get this harvest done. I'm going to first need to empty the frickin' trailer. Because whoever's harvested it hasn't dropped it off. And I missed the weeder. There we go. Get the weeder up now. Ooh, that is a bit light on the old front. So I'm going to pick up a front weight as well. Sure, yep, it does have a front attacher. It feels a little bit light on the front, so weight will soon solve a lot of issues. Shall get down to the field, get this set up with a worker, get this going, and play a bit with a bit of harvesting. Means the field will be all good and weeded by the time I'm finished harvesting. Which will be awesome. The reason for weeder being better than spraying is really one of those jobs you only really want to do as a last resort. Weeder won't pull them out, they've gotten too big. The reason being, it relates to real life. Extra plant material going through the combine does affect yields. Now admittedly, just get myself sorted here. I need this tractor. There we go. Oh, that's a nice level of sorghum. Is there a gate down here, or have I got a... we're going to do it a cheaty way. Through the hedge. So yeah, extra plant material going through the combine does affect yield slightly. It is represented in gain, and it is quite a small amount. We're only talking maybe a couple of 100 litres. But those couple of 100 litres, you add that up over harvest after harvest after harvest, we're talking thousands of litres. Those thousands of litres make a difference. So a lot of doing things like this, you've got to look after the little will look after a lot over a long period. If it's sort of, oh, I'm only going to be doing this once because I have to, because that was what was in the field and I don't want to lose it because it will cost money, blah blah blah, and yeah, don't worry too much about it. Spray the weeds off and just call it a day. Or if the weeds have grown too big, best bet is after the first month of growing, get in every field that has not just been freshly ploughed and weed it. Costs very little, the weeder moves quicker than the sprayer does. It's not quite as wide, which is, I get why some people prefer the sprayer. Not everybody's got worker access. But even still, I did the planting of one of the fields. I had worker access. I did it completely manually. Yes, I did use steering assist, but I was doing every turn manually, sitting there, going through it, used no worker for helping plant that field. I did it all myself. Why? I had the time to. And I quite enjoy field work. I don't get to do it a lot, because I'm usually trying to sort productions or pallets or trees. We've got a fair few trees in storage at the moment. We're not full. Guys have been working at it. It's very obvious to me guys have been working at it. One, the literage in the sawmill. We're up near 50,000 litres. Awesome. Two, I'm very conscious of what trees are left. So I know guys have been doing it because more trees have disappeared. More trees have been moved to the sawmill. There is not a mass amount of trees sat about. So 10 out of 10 guys. Everybody's been working hard on the server. Things are getting done. That makes Freddie happy. I'm sure it makes the farm manager happy as well. And things are getting done because it means we can progress. The fish getting sold yesterday. He commented to me on Discord. He was happy with it. Good amount of money. Somebody has sorted those pallets that were a problem. Here's a note for somebody. A couple of pallets of flour up here. It is set to distributing now, I do believe. I shall just double check that everything's on distributing, because I have that ability. Windmill. So, oat flour, we want distributing. So everything's distributing now. Right, so oat flour, can activate that for now. Sorghum flour, can activate that for now. And where that flour's going is actually the fish food factory. Tasty. We're waiting on canola oil or sunflower oil. Sunflower should be ready next month, so they'll be going through the oil mill to convert into oil, which is already set to distributing. Just needs to be activated. We don't leave them activated all the time because obviously it costs money to leave it activated and not running. But there's usually somebody about day and night that can jump on the server, activate things as needed. Tag, if you're on our Discord, tag the moderators, tag Addy during the day, Nuero at night, Nordic if you happen to see him around as well. All these people have access. And I want to go... Do I want to go that way? I can't remember. I have to check the map. Where am I? I am there. And I want to go pretty much straight. Happy days. We'll follow this car. I want to take this down to the new field and go grab the combine. Bring the combine down, get that set up, and get to a harvesting. Something I don't get to do very often. It is depressing. I like combining. I quite like doing a lot of jobs in Farming Simulator, which is kind of handy because I end up doing a lot of jobs. I just don't like doing the same job on constant repetition, like permanently trees or permanently moving pallets or permanently making silage bales. That annoys me. Just doing the same job over and over and over and over again is mind numbing. Having a bit of variety like this, going and doing a harvest, yeah, love it, happy. Makes Freddie happy. Doing a harvest and having to go back to trees, happy. I've had a bit of a break, love it. So here we go, we are at the field. I'll go hard over this side. And I have noticed from a few comments on our Discord, a couple of people are still sort of struggling with the finer points of truck reversing with trailers and truck manoeuvring around corners with trailers. So I am planning to do a follow-up video of explaining in a bit more detail what exactly goes through my mind and how I plan a corner as a real life truck driver, as a professional. There we go. Get the combine going. Get down to the fields, get the header off. We shall get to a bit of combining. Nice. I'm planning to do the combining myself, not let an AI do it. I've got to get this done because this is the last month in which we can harvest the sorghum, due to the fact that seasons are on, so we have a very limited planting and harvesting window. Adds a little extra difficulty, slows us down a bit, which is the objective behind it. We had seasons off and we could just plant and harvest, plant and harvest, plant and harvest. We would be making a lot more money and would be through this map very, very quickly. We are, between myself and the admin team, we are trying to slow people down without stifling gameplay. So we want to slow people down, want to slow the pace down to what is reasonable. Not super slow, make it exceptionally difficult. Just bring it back to when we're not killing off a map in 2-3 weeks. We want it to take a bit more time. We want people to be able to enjoy, drop in, drop out. That is the idea behind it. We're constantly looking at tweaking different things, changing rule sets depending on map, depending on players, always looking at how can we improve both the quality of gameplay as well as the time spent on each map and people's enjoyment without making it so super grindy that nobody wants to do it. It's hard because you've got to find that, as I do see, you've got to find that perfect balance versus the number of players you've got, the difficulty in settings that you've got for that map, the size of fields, cost of fields, everything like that. So many things to take into consideration to adjust back and forth, and it's very map dependent, server dependent, very much player dependent. A bit like the DLC server, we've not got a huge amount of people playing the DLC server. We've got plenty that do. If everybody that can play the DLC server jumps on, we've generally got enough equipment now for everybody to be in something, doing something. It makes it a bit easier. But for other maps like the multi-farm or the sponsor server, the player numbers are different, so we have to adjust. It is not an easy task for both the moderators and the admin team to have that perfectly down. It takes a bit of tweaking, shall we say. We are constantly looking at what we can do, what we can adjust, what has worked, what has not worked. We're always looking. Same as we've looked, and we have split up the admin team pretty much among the servers that the admin team and the moderators want to play themselves. For me, it's the DLC server. I'm loving it. Can I get in that way? Nope. Have I got stuck? Looks like it. Oh, plan B. Drop that trailer off. But as well, there's always a way. I don't get to cheat and use super strength and things like that. Standard super strength is not that super. Like that, you don't really learn a lot by using super strength and cheating. Don't figure out ways to fix this stuff or create other problems when you're doing it. Which is just the way of things. Yeah, Freddy, if you jump out. Oh. Got an extra truck. Awesome. Ooh. Oh, that's new. Well, I've not seen that before. Ah, we got a trailer as well. Awesome. That's cool. That means my stacking's not going to be pushed quite as hard. Not sure why we've got that, but hey ho. And we got the McCormick tractor. Okay. Somebody's been up here baling. Not a problem. There we go. So yeah, my plan is we're going to be a bit cheaty. We're going to go through the fence. As you saw, all those eagle-eyed amongst you will have seen. The worker has finished his task. So now he is done. So that's one job off the list. As we're at ×1 speed, I'm not concerned of, oh, I'm going to run out of time of getting this done. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon in game. It's at ×1 speed. We've got hours to get this done. Realistically, I could have left it for somebody else and done something different. I didn't want it. I wanted to come combine myself. You see the steering assist. Quite often I like to drive and do it myself. Because why wouldn't you? It's fun. And that's what the game is about. That's what we're trying to do with the rule set as well. We're trying to keep it fun. We're not making it too easy where if you miss, say, 2 or 3 days, you're completely at a loss of what's going on the server because it's just moving so fast. We want to keep it at a fair pace. And we are playing, as I said, we're playing with different rules. We're testing things. Yes, we are using the players as guinea pigs. Anybody that says they don't on a server, especially a multiplayer server, is lame. Of course they are. We always do tests. And the best test is the real world test. There's obviously certain things that we're not going to do. We're not going to go, oh, you can only replace certain machines on certain days of the month or things like that. Because that's not fair. What we have looked at is certain rules, and I'm not going to go into great detail because some of them are about to be potentially implemented on the next multi-farm. I say potentially because it is not confirmed yet, but watch out, there will be potentially some new things coming to the next multi-farm map. The map has been decided, the vote's already done. We're just waiting for finalising the setup and the rules before it goes live. And that'll be, I don't know, that's not my department. I have a bit of help in sorting things like that out and bits of input to discussions. Not actually getting it set up is not my thing. It's not something I have access to, and to be fair, I'm not that particularly good at it myself. So I leave it to people that are better at it and have access to it. You know, things that make sense. And that is filled up pretty darn quickly. Hopefully we'll get round the head of them properly. Last stretch. now. Yeah, we should do, because there's the header trailer. Not that much further south from that. So yeah, this sorghum is going to be going to the mill along with the other sorghum. We turned into flour. Oh, that was close. So we're going to get the JCB, we'll get this first lot unloaded. The question is, are we still in the month for planting canola? We are. That'll be one for the day, guys. Try and get field 28 flip around into canola whilst there is still time. Turn it off. Back into the combine. Just in time for it to finish unloading. And off we go again. Always on the go. Yeah, there's always something to be doing. Anybody that jumps into one of our servers and says there's nothing to be done whatsoever, don't say it around me, because I take it as a personal challenge. And I will find something. I'm rather good at that. There's a lot of the guys will tell you. I've had a few guys when I was just a farm manager on the server. Oh, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. And I suddenly come up with 5 jobs and it's, yeah, alright, yeah. But I didn't want to do those. Matt, well, you said there's nothing to do. I found things. So the guys stopped asking then. Because they knew full well I would find something. To be fair, that's the role of a good farm manager. Find you guys things to do. There's always something to be doing. Not sure why. Nice cruise control. There we go. Apparently my throttle is a little twitchy and quite fully released. Quick touch of it sorted that out. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video here. I'm going to carry on harvesting in my own time. But if you have access to the Highlands DLC, fancy joining us on the server, please do jump on our Discord. Details are on there. Love to see you. Would enjoy playing with you. Until next time, see you again soon.